Hey everybody on YouTube land, especially those of you who are looking into vertical sleeve gastrectomy or have already done it. I am day 4 post-op with counting day 1 as the day I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So I have actually been home from the hospital less than 24 hours. I stayed in 2 nights, not quite 3 days, full days, but maybe a day longer than what some people would be doing. And as I've mentioned before, I was a day longer because I didn't respond real well at first. My legs were real rubbery. I couldn't support my weight. I couldn't walk very far at all. I could barely stand. And the irony of that is, what I didn't mention is that you go for your upper GI series to see if your stomach pouch is leaking at all. And they wheeled me down for that really before I was ready. The people taking me down had asked one of the nurses if I'd been up and about, and she told them untruthfully, I suspect she just didn't check the chart, that I'd been up and around and walking a lot, which wasn't true at all. The furthest I had gotten was literally, I think, 4 steps. That was it. The most I could manage, and I could barely manage that, was getting to the commode right next to my bed. So anyway, they took me down for the upper GI series and wheeling me in there, and then the guy tells me to step up onto this machine and stand there and wait for the doctor. Well, I'm explaining that, you know what, I haven't been standing at all. I haven't been walking at all, much less stepping up on anything and waiting, while I'm standing. But it's like they didn't believe me. So I don't know. I try to be a good girl, which those of you who know me know that I'm not always such a good girl. I'm a little rebellious. But anyway, I got up and stood there and waited and waited. It seemed like an eternity. It was maybe 30 seconds, but to me it seemed like 30 minutes. I really don't know. But at any rate, I was really weak, and I guess they came to see that and said, well, wait a minute, haven't you been walking around? And I said, no, I haven't, but hey, I'm here anyway, so let's just get it done. So, okay, had the upper GI series, and if you've watched other videos about VSG, you know that you have these done post-surgery to find out if your pouch is leaking, and that you drink this thick liquid that's kind of citrusy. I've had upper GI series before. This was a little different of what I drank. I don't know what it was. I didn't ask. I don't care to ever repeat it again. But honestly, it wasn't as bad as some of the barium shakes I've had to take before with upper GI series. So to me, it wasn't that bad. It's just that it's scary when everything you've read and heard about this post-surgery is that you shouldn't be drinking things, very much at all. And so it seemed like an incredible amount to drink. So I didn't do what they told me to do. I figured, they'll stop me and tell me I need to do something different if I'm doing it wrong. They told me to be gulping it down, and I did not do that. I sipped very slowly, and apparently it was enough for me to do what I was doing that they said, okay. And I ended up not having to drink maybe I had a tablespoon of this stuff total, or at most a tablespoon and a half, by going very slowly. So I didn't come close to drinking they probably had 4 ounces of fluid in there. So I didn't come any close to that. So anyway, I wanted to mention about that. But today I have a couple of things to report. First of all, I'm feeling pretty good. And yeah, when I got up first thing in the morning, and I got up really early. It was 5:30 because my back was aching a little bit. And, I've got a fantastic bed, which I'll feature in one of my future installments, because it's an orthopedic adjustable bed one of the best investments ever in my lifetime. But I'll go into that in the future. Anyway, despite that being an incredible bed, my back was aching. I got up early this morning and went to a reclining chair, which thank you, Mom, for giving that to me a couple of years ago, because it's been a lifesaver on more than one occasion, and it is again. At any rate, went to that and waited for about an hour and a half so I wouldn't wake up my husband, and then took my first shower. Yay! So that was great. The surgeon had said I could do it today, and I did. So shower was great. But anyway, what I wanted to say was my weight was 239.2 this morning, which is only 4 pounds down from the day of surgery before the surgery, and 6 pounds down from the day before the surgery. I know that people have reported greater weight losses. I also know people who haven't had weight losses. But the thing that was really cool for me is the shirt that I have on. I haven't been able to wear this thing in years, and I love it. It's one of the. It's a nice shirt. What can I say? I've always loved wearing this, and well, always loved. I haven't worn this in maybe 7 years or 6 years, but the quality is good enough that it's been sitting patiently in my closet, awaiting the day that I would come back to wearing it. And yay, I have it on today. Now, true, it still gaps a little bit. If I sit down, this starts to gap a little bit here. But I'm able to button it, and 2 weeks ago, I didn't come close to being able to button it. Or a week ago, I didn't try it on a week ago, but a week ago I'm sure I wouldn't have come close either. So clearly my stomach, which was the main problem with me getting this buttoned, has definitely shrunk. Now, I wanted to say something else about something that I haven't worn for a little bit, but I did wear this maybe 2 years ago. So as I said before, I'm wanting to peel back the years on this journey that I'm on. And so I'm looking at things of what did I do a few years ago when I was a certain weight. What I'm doing now is I'm unbuttoning my shirt a little bit to show you what I have underneath. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to show you 58-year-old boobs here. Way too much. And I think possibly family members are watching this from time to time, so yeah, I wouldn't do that to them. But hey, and I'll talk about this in the future some point. I was almost on Biggest Loser once I made it to the final casting call. I went through a couple of cuts and almost made it onto the show. And you know how embarrassing a lot of things on that show are. So why should I be shy now? But anyway, I wanted to show you what I have underneath here. This is kind of elasticy undergarment. I don't know what you really call it, camisole maybe. It's stretchy, and because like this, it's spandex or whatever. I got this at Costco for not a whole lot of money. It came in a 3-pack, pink, black, and white, I believe they were. And I haven't been able to wear this either for a couple of years. The reason why I have it on today and it feels so good is that I didn't feel like wearing a bra because my back is aching still, and I just didn't want to do that. But I also didn't want to just lounge around in a muumuu or something, which I don't quite have a muumuu, but I have close to a muumuu with kind of a sundress that I have. So maybe some of you would probably think it's a muumuu. But I didn't want to do that, so I felt like I wanted to wear something closer to real clothes, and I thought, I'm gonna be comfortable today, but wear some things I haven't been able to wear for a while. So anyway, this thing about this camisole is that it helps you to hold in your stomach, and I didn't do a before shot on YouTube, but I do have some camera stills of before shots that maybe I'll print up and drag out or figure out a way to attach to one of my videos. And again, my apologies because I'm working without editing software, and because I'm using my iPad, and my Photoshop isn't on iPad, and I haven't figured out a great way for my iPad to talk to my PC and Photoshop anything. So I'm going to come up with a different solution eventually. But and I do things like lose my train of thought. But I know I was talking about the camisole. It helps to hold it in, and it feels so comfortable. And so I think if Costco is still selling those, I'm probably going to be investing in some more as I drop sizes to get the smaller sizes. I'm not really sure. I think this is obviously was the largest size that they were selling at the time, which I don't know. It was probably an extra large. Because I don't think they did 1X, 2X, 3X kind of thing in that. So these are my non-scale victories. It's something that we used to talk about on Weight Watchers Online, or the NSVs, or non-scale victories, was to get on these 2 pieces of clothing, and I'm thrilled. So I see that I'm at 11 minutes, and I had a lot more things to discuss about, so I'm going to be turning this into a part 1 and a part 2, with the next part talking about nutrition. So hang in there if you feel like watching more of this. Keep on watching, and if you have questions in the meantime, let me know. Thanks.